Everyone, welcome to Nathan Reviews, I guess. Where in this episode, I guess we're going to work it like that, going to be doing my review of Super Paper Mario, which is pretty much going to be the finale. Kind of. Except that, I've still got the after game to do. The after game will be coming a little bit later, though, so don't worry if you're thinking, but it's not out yet. What? I can't find it on your channel. Where is it? Don't worry, it's not out yet. So, yes. I'm going to be reviewing it in a very weird style. I'm going to be doing each world, a little review for each world, with a score of 25. That's the most amount you can get. I'm going to be judging the design of the world, the subplot of the world, the characters you meet, the story important characters that you meet, the bosses, and the music. I'm not going to be playing the music for you, because, well, to find all the music in this game is pretty difficult, and, as dedicated as I am to making people happy in this line of work, it's just, that's going a little bit too far. Anyway, I'm also not really going to be covering the story, because I'm going to try to avoid spoilers, but I will go through the basic plot and ending. Not too much, but you know what I mean. So, Super Paper Mario. Basic plot follows the adventures, I guess, of Mario, Princess Peach, Bowser, and Luigi in an attempt to stop Count Bleck from taking over the world with the Chaos Hearts. Anyway, diving straight into World 1, the Line Lands, that I almost called the Bitlands in my script. Anyway, let's dive straight into the world's design. Anyway, the world's design in World 1 for me, looks like it's based off a generic Mario world. It's got the plains, the desert, and a castle, which I couldn't really find a picture of, so here's Fractale. Yeah. Anyway, let's just back to the plains. Yeah, they look like they belong in a real Mario game. The plains part of the world, the plains looks really generic Mario. I'm kind of biased because I love this game, but this looks like it would be in a real Mario game, just, without the 3D. And then we move on to the desert area, which is probably my least favourite part of this world, but, the desert's kind of cool, but like I said, it's probably the worst part in this world, because, it's a little bland at first glance, but, the more you delve into it, it turns into more of an oasis area. Anyway, then finally, the castle, which I couldn't find an image of, so there's Fractale again. The castle feels great to play through, and yeah, it goes well with the deserty area, because, the whole beginning where it leads into the castle with stuff, sand dripping everywhere. But yeah, and like I said, generic Mario, you go through a level, then you do another level, then you do another level, then you have a boss, kind of, I guess. Hold on, let me just adjust stuff. There you go, adjusted. So yeah, the world's design, I don't really talk about the design in this world, but, I give it a 4 out of 5, just because it feels like an actual Mario world that you'd play through in World 1. Anyway, when it comes down to the plot, the subplot of this world, there really isn't one. I mean, it's just teaching you the basics of the game. You get your first pixel, you use Tippy a fair bit, and you get used to the 3D mechanics. So, as much as there isn't a plot of world, and it's just giving you the basics and game mechanics, because for me, it did quite a good job of getting you used to the game mechanics. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5, even though, that's not really the plot of the world, but, kind of is the plot of this world. So yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5. Anyway, the characters that you meet, there are not very important ones. The only time these guys reoccur is in the side quest to unlock Piccolo. And these guys are extremely boring in my opinion. You know, like you do. Best of Us, he's just boring, dull, and egotistical, I guess. Guess that's the right word. And Old Man Watch It is another important one. I mean, sure, the first time you read it, and if you're 5, I guess he can give you a little bit of a laugh. I mean, he did the first time I played this game, but after what, like, more than after your first playthrough, he's really uninteresting. And then you got this person who is so boring, I don't even know their name. So, I would normally have given this a 1 out of 5, but because they reappear and, Old Man Watch It's kind of funny the first time, I'm going to give these guys a 2 out of 5. Anyway, on to possibly the best part about this world is the bosses. Now, your first boss fight is with Chunks, the big, goofy guy. Anyway, in my opinion, this review is going to be pretty much my opinion based. The fight with Chunks introduces you to boss fights quite nicely, in my opinion. It rolls rather well. And it gets you used to Tippy's, little copying ability of the boss. The tattle of this game. I know, I just found that this to be a rather interesting fight with for the first boss. It got you used to quite a few things. It also got you used to using a pixel, which was pretty fun. Because I mean, the pixels aren't really sidekicks, but they got you used to using what pretty much are the sidekicks of this game. And the other boss of this world, Fractale, who I thought was pretty good for the first world's final boss, doing something that Chunks didn't, and making you utilize the 3D flipping ability, and again making you use throw, or however you pronounce that. Yeah, I thought that made him pretty decent boss for the little finale of the first world. So it gets a 4 out of 5 from me, and the music in the Line Lands gets a 4 out of 5 from me too. Anyway, straight on to, hold on, if you want the overall score from the Line Lands, it's 17 out of 25 if you really want to know. But you could just do the maths yourself. Anyway, World 2 is Gloom Valley, and well, I don't think there's much you can argue with me when it comes to the first level's world design. And that the actual Gloom Valley, I guess is what it's supposed to be called, is actually really beautiful. I mean, the sunset and the watery, planty area, I think goes really well with each other. They, I think it works really well. I mean, the sunset gives the water that beautiful shade of pinky, orangey kind of colour, and this is great. This is actually the only level that really gets you used to using Princess Peach, and using her parasol, and not really her I guess shield, but yeah. Anyway, then we go on to the thing that most people hate either the most about this game, or at least the most about this world. And that's the mansion. But personally, in my opinion, like I said, I'm a bit of a weirdo when it comes to this stuff. I really liked the mansion. I thought it was a really good idea. The first, level in the mansion, the whole traps thing, I thought was pretty genius. I mean, getting you also introduced to some stuff that I'll cover later in this thing. Yeah. link pretty well with the plot, is really what I'm going to try to say. Anyway, the second level of the mansion, which is definitely the most hated, probably level in the entire game, I thought was pretty unique as far as a Mario game goes. I mean, I don't think any of you can argue with me that this was a unique little thing. You know, I mean, I haven't played all the Paper Mario games, so, you know, if there's something in Paper Mario 1 that was like this, forgive me, I've never played that game. And from what Mimi's prison would be like, I think it was pretty good. I mean, yeah, I thought it was really good. Don't hate me for saying that, but I thought it was really good. Then it goes to the basement, which was, Jeez, kid, I'm gonna shut my window. Hold on, guys. Ugh. Great review this is, huh? Anyway, the final level of the mansion, the basement, was, as far as a Mario game goes, really creepy, and the music, again, which is something that's pretty good about this game, really added that bit of atmosphere, along with, Mimi. Mimi is one of the better minor villains in this game. She really adds that oomph. Anyway, this world design part gets a 4 out of 5 from me. Anyway, the plot of this world. In this world, you are searching for the third pure heart, because, you know, you got the second one last time, the first one you just randomly get from Merlon. And Mimi over there is trying to stop you in every way possible, which actually includes freezing your game, which is a little thing I encountered the first time I tried to play through this level, and I actually thought I had a broken version of the game. Again, enslaving you, blowing herself up, and literally breaking her neck. So yeah, that got a 3 out of 5 from me, because, you know, it's just some girl trying to stop you from getting the third pure heart and finding Melee. Anyway, the characters you meet in this world. Again, you meet Mimi, a very creepy and pretty entertaining shapeshifter villain. Yeah, I thought she was a pretty good minor villain in the game. And you also meet Melee, rhyming fortune teller, apparently. And if you know me, I kind of like rhyming my words. So, you know, that kind of goes well with me. Anyway, the characters in this world get a 3 out of 5 from me. And finally, the bosses, which, unfortunately, there was only one, which was against Mimi. Yeah, but the boss fight against Mimi is really well built up with the whole chase through the basement. And, again, it's terrifyingly out of place from Mimi. And I'm sure Mimi from Mario, and, you know, if you're a first-time kind of person playing this, I'm pretty sure understanding that Mimi breaks her neck and spits out spider legs was pretty traumatizing. But, aside from that, she also gets you used to using, if you choose to, gets you used to using Princess Peach. And that's pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure we can all agree that the best part about this world was, well, you know, this bit, the build-up, was the little quiz show. That was pretty cool, wasn't it, guys? Anyway, the music in this world gets a 4 out of 5 from me. The boss gets 3 out of 5, which gives it Gloam Valley a 17 out of 25 score from me. Anyway, there's the quiz. The Bitlands, World 3. Anyway, let's see, the world's design, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure this is a very common opinion, the Bitlands is possibly the best world in this game. I mean, it's not my personal favourite, but I do really appreciate how good this world actually is. It's beautifully styled. The pixelated kind of format was beautiful. There's bright colours everywhere, and the levels were rather well designed. Next was the pond, which I thought was a beautiful water level, and I'm pretty sure the only water level in this game. It was, like I said, beautiful, but a downfall of this one is that it had a very overused boss in it, which was the Big Blooper. It's just incredibly overused in my opinion, which is partially due to Sticker Star, but also because there's a Big Blooper fight in every Paper Mario game I've played. Big Blooper in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Big Blooper in Super Paper Mario, and Gooper Blooper in Paper Mario Paper Mario Sticker Star, along with a big Cheep Cheep, which really isn't all that cool. But it's still a beautiful water level with, the pixelated thing was pretty well designed. Anyway, next, the Driftwood Tree. Oh, the Driftwood Tree. This is probably just me, actually, but when I first played this level, this particular level was like hell. It was really frustrating for me, and another popular critique of this thing, is that it made you backtrack so much. That was something I actually didn't really mind about this level, but it did really, this level just really, really hated me. Anyway, and finally, for the world's design, Fort Francis. Probably the most popular little thing in this game, because Francis, he's like the best character in this, newly added character in this game. That's a minor world character. Anyway, Fort Francis is definitely the highlight of the world, and there are references to past games in every turn. Some of the more obvious things that were, like I pointed out in my Let's Play, there were posters of Lady Bow and her butler, I forget his name, and Princess Peach. But my main problem with this world is that, in my opinion, it doesn't get you used to Bowser all that much. Sure, Driftwood Tree has those sections that you can only get through by using Bowser's Flame, but, even though Bowser's only real perk is that he can breathe fire, still, I would have at least liked some puzzles based around him, rather than just having Fort Francis mainly based around Mario, rather than, Bowser. Anyway, the plot of this world actually disappointed me, because it, in my opinion, is just like the normal Mario game. Hold on, sorry. World's design gets 4 out of 5 from me. It's rescue the girl, fight some overweight animal, and you get some kind of love-related reward. In this game being a pure heart. So, yeah. Although Francis is pretty entertaining, and a nice change of pace from the more, serious Bowser. Yeah, I use serious loosely, because in this game he is definitely the comic relief character, so, yeah. Anyway, the characters you meet, Francis is, again, the only new character, but he is definitely one of the best. Anyway, plot got a 3 out of 5 from me. Yeah. If only he was in Sticker Star, maybe it would have been a bit better. Characters get a 3 out of 5 from me. Anyway, bosses. This world has the second most amount of bosses in it. First of all, in the first level, you fight Bowser. A pretty normal fight, you just attack him, it's nothing special, which is actually a really disappointing Bowser fight. But it's not supposed to be a challenging one, this is World 3 we're talking about. Next is the overused boss, the Big Blooper. Really overused. Next, Driftwood Tree, Dementio. The first fight with Dementio is pretty challenging the first time. And then finally, Francis, who starts the fight by turning the game into a dating simulation. Yeah, never thought that would happen in a Mario game. So, the bosses get a 4 out of 5 from me, just because of the whole Bowser fight sucks. and the blooper, the big blooper, is just way too overused. Demento and Francis, pretty cool. The other two, just not. Anyway, the music gets a 4 out of 5 from me. Anyway, if you couldn't tell, this thing's going to be split into a few parts. Because, well, this is my first review, and I'm not really... And because I love this game so much, it's really boiled down to me just having to really overdo this game. Anyway, overall, the Bitlands gets an 18 out of 25 from me. Anyway, I'll kind of see you in the next part, I guess. So, yeah.